Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our second day. Since you're using a new platform today, I want to just let you know a number of the features that you'll need to understand in order to enjoy the trial better, to see it better, and to hear it better. So the first thing I want to say, it echoes what you just heard from Richard, and that is that technical problems happen. They just do. It's not unlike what would happen in a public trial. Sometimes the video goes down or somebody needs to take an emergency break. So the main thing is, if you get bumped off of the platform, which sometimes does happen, do not panic. Just go back in and re-enter using the same link that you used this morning. We will be looking for you in the waiting room, and we'll readmit you and get going again. So the main thing is, don't panic, just re-enter. If you try to re-enter and you keep encountering problems, you want to call one of these two phone numbers, which I would ask you to write down right now, and we'll put them on the screen as well. But they are Talk to Ken, and you'll want to text him at 303-960-5923, and that's on your phone, or Lisa at 303-915-4000. So the main features you want to be able to control are the sound and the visual. So in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you will see a microphone. That should be muted throughout the whole procedure unless you have a speaking role. So it's not unlike a regular courtroom where the bailiff will stand up and say, please be seated and cease all conversation. This will mute everything that's coming from your household. So if the dog runs in and barks, or your phone rings, or your kids barge in, 200 people watching this trial won't know about it. Sarah, who's our technical bailiff, will have to enforce these rules just as would happen in a regular courtroom. She can actually remove somebody and doesn't want to remove anybody from watching this trial. So just keep it on mute throughout the period of time. Okay. Members of the jury, you may be asked to say something, and then you'll unmute it. But unless you have a speaking role, keep your microphone on mute throughout. If you have a problem with hearing, the two things you should check immediately is whether you've accidentally muted your computer sound, or go to the microphone and hover over it and see if that you've got all your settings correct. Unlike a regular trial, one of the advantages here, in a regular trial, if you can't hear, you're just stuck with that. So if you're in an old courtroom where the acoustics are bad, you're just stuck with that and you only hear part of the evidence. On this platform, you'll be able to turn up the sound or turn down the sound in whatever way is comfortable for you. So now let's go to the camera, which is just in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. You'll see a camera and it says stop video or turn on video. You want to have, for our audience, our members of the public, you want to have the camera off throughout the trial. It would be, if you turn on the camera, that would be similar to jumping into the middle of the courtroom beyond the bar of the court and going up towards the bench. Our technical bailiff, Sarah, would have to remove you if you did that. So keep your camera off throughout the trial. The other aspect of that is it will enable you to see the judge, the lawyers, and the witnesses testify in a better fashion. Members of the jury, if you are in the jury number 1, the primary jury, you will keep on your cameras, although your sound will be off. The shadow jury, you're super important to us, and we're looking forward to seeing your verdict. But just so that everybody can not be overwhelmed by the number of people on the screen, the shadow jury will turn off their cameras. Now, there's a number of ways you can view the screen. You can, if you go to the top right-hand corner of your screen, you will see that it says either gallery view or speaker view. You can switch that in whatever way is comfortable. You'll probably want to have it on speaker view most of the time, but it's your option to change it as you like. Now you'll notice that for some of you, you'll have a whole bunch of boxes of empty people and you don't want to see them. So what you want to do is hover your cursor over one of the boxes where it's just a black box, and you'll see 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Click on that and hit the option that says hide non-video participants. That will enable you to see the judge, the lawyers, and the witnesses in a much better fashion and will improve the process for you. And those are pretty much all of the features that you'll need to know to proceed. One warning I want you to know about is if you need to leave, like members of the public, you need to leave for a comfort break or you have an emergency, don't worry. If you've got mute on and the camera off, no one will know what's going on in your household. You will still hear the trial and don't have that concern you that they can hear you. As long as you're on mute and you've got the video off, you're fine to do whatever you want to do. In the meantime, we hope you will enjoy this trial, and I will turn this over now to our technical bailiff, Sarah Murray.